The aftermarket event looks great, but let's talk about one feature that Apex has never changed, but if they did, it would make the game so much better to play on a day-to-day basis, even without an event like the aftermarket event. So first off, I want to address some comments that's been going down below, and a lot of people have been thinking that my videos are only negative, or I only focus on the negative things about Apex, and that's really not the case. You have to understand that I talk about things that Apex can improve on in a positive way. Now, there's been a few videos where I was a little bit negative, and I did apologize for that, but most of my videos are really just constructive criticism on things that Respawn could do better so that people would enjoy the game more. So really what I do is I take community-based complaints, including things that come out of my own situations, and I bring them before all of you, and then we talk about it together, whether or not this is a real complaint that needs to be dealt with, or if it's just something that people are crying over and doesn't really need to be focused on. And if factual evidence makes you think that I'm coming at Apex in a negative way, then I guess I can't help you. So the topic we're going to be talking about today is not to come at Apex and say the game is terrible, it's trash, and this game is going to die because they don't listen to what I think should be happening in the game. All I'm saying is this is a real problem that has never been dealt with, it's never been talked about, it's never been changed, and it's one thing that if they did improve on, it really would bring a lot more people to the game and make people enjoy the game a lot more. So let's talk about that one thing. If a genie came to you today and said you can change one thing about Apex Legends to make it better forever, what's the one thing you would implement into Apex that you think would have a long-lasting effect of happiness amongst its players? I know a lot of you are going to have so many different opinions, and some of you are probably going to be spamming solos down below, which I can understand, but one thing that I think they really need to focus on is about really 3 different things, but I think it all comes from one problem, and that is poor quality of servers. Now just think about it for a second. Even if Apex brings crossplay, even if they bring the aftermarket event, even if they bring all of these really cool game modes, one thing that's going to always affect it is these game modes are always affected in its fairness and in its funness by how good the servers are. If the servers don't run good, if you lag a lot, if you can't have smooth gameplay because of how bad the servers are, and you can't get good hit registration because how bad the servers are, then you're not going to enjoy any of the new content that they ever bring. And I think even the casual gameplay of Apex in trios and duos would have so many more players coming back to play every single day if the servers were that much smoother and that much better. And you may be saying, so Jay, what are you talking about? The servers are bad. So what I'm saying is actually a few things. Number one, the fact that we are still playing on 16 tick rate servers. Apex is the only AAA studio game that I can think of right now that actually runs at 16 tick rate. And I want to emphasize 16 tick rate because Google will actually tell you that it runs at 20 tick rate, but it doesn't. It actually runs at 16. This is about half of what Fortnite is running right now, and then almost under quadruple what Valorant, CSGO, and other big AAA titles are running. But Call of Duty Warzone is actually running at a 20 tick rate server, which makes more sense because it's a lot newer of a game in a battle royale than Apex Legends. And it also holds a lot more players rather than Apex just holding 60. Now that's another thing to talk about. Apex holds the least amount of players in this battle royale scene, but yet has the lowest tick rate servers. And not only that, you can ask pretty much anyone that you want. Everyone knows that Apex does not run as smooth as like any other game out there. I've read countless comments of so many people saying that no matter how good of a system they have, Apex just seems to run so poorly. And even me, I live like literally 30 miles away from a server and I get like 60 ping off of it. I've never experienced that with any other game. I even called my internet service provider a few months ago because I constantly had the red bar on the top of Apex Legends while I was playing, and I thought that maybe my internet was just being bad. But it turns out that when I talked to Apex Legends support, they actually just said this is a common issue that happens in pretty much everyone else's game. I've never lagged out of another game like I do with Apex Legends, getting Code Net, Code Wheel, Code Leaf, whatever it may be, and I don't think I've played another game that had such terrible hit registration. So what do you guys think about the servers, and what is the one thing that if you feel like you could change to make Apex better forever, what would it be? I know a lot of you would probably talk about the audio, which I'm going to mention a little bit more in my next video, but I completely understand the audio also is something that needs to be worked on. I just feel like if they were to fix their servers and have them a lot more stable than what they are and a lot smoother than what they are, people would have a much easier time coming back to play each and every day. And I know a lot of you are going to be talking about skill-based matchmaking in the comments, which I completely agree with. By the way, here's the tweet from my friend Kijana. This is a really good point that he had to point out here about skill-based matchmaking. He said, I don't know when these devs will learn that player retention doesn't equal player enjoyment. There's no statistic that can tell you if players are truly enjoying a game, which is exactly why Apex has the reputation it has right now. Sad. And ouch, that's all I have to say about that. But this is kind of what I was trying to talk about at the beginning of the video. Don't think that I'm trying to make everything negative and just turn it towards Apex and make them seem like such a bad guy. All I'm saying is that this is a really big topic amongst YouTube, amongst Twitter, amongst Reddit, all social media platforms where people are talking about the things that are wrong in Apex that they really need to work on and fix immediately so this game doesn't die even faster. And all I'm trying to do is go through a series of all of the things that we really want Apex to change and how we want them to be fixed. And I'm trying to just give you guys that information. So don't think that I'm really just trying to dog Apex. I'm just kind of covering all the topics that we are talking about amongst Twitter and everything that's kind of been going around with this reputation of Apex while this is kind of hot news, I guess you'd say. But a lot of people just seem to think that I'm making it overly dramatic or overly negative. Guys, this is not just me. This is so many other people on Twitter. This is pretty much every content creator for Apex right now, every pro for Apex right now. So if you're watching this video and thinking, wow, this guy's kind of negative, you know, why is he trying to down Apex for all this? You must be living under a rock because it's literally all over social media. I'm only reporting on what's being so controversial and bringing it before you, asking your opinion and seeing what you think about it as the viewer. But he really is right, guys. Apex needs to understand and learn that these people that have been playing this game not only for a long time now, but people that are now getting good, that have just started to pick up the game, are hurting because some of the things that they're allowing in the game right now. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you agree or disagree, write a comment down below what you think. Also, subscribe to the channel for some more Apex Legends content like this, and I'll see you all in the next one. It's Vibe or Die, only positivity. Also, shout out to my cousin Chris, who's leaving in a few days for the Navy. So best of wishes to you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.